Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train will be my second attempt at the highest Covenant rank. This time we will be playing as the Umbra Melting combination. I've actually never won with Umbra Melting, and I've done 3 out of the 4 possible starting deck combinations with this clan combination. So we're going to do the 4th one today, which is Primary Umbra, Exiled Melting. This is the last possible starting deck with Umbra Melting. We've got the Penumbra with the Shade Splitter. I like that one. And we've got Primitive Mold with the Melting Remnant. Kind of like that more than Dreg for Umbra Melting, so this is probably a pretty good combination, honestly. Let's see if I can win Covenant rank 25. So we start with Ant-Umbra Assault. That's even more morsels that we can have in our deck. I kind of like that. Dripfall is a very nice card. I have enjoyed Dripfall a lot. And Engine Upgrade is not bad. Not bad. How about that? I think this is a pretty good starting deck. We are facing up against Seraph the Diligent, which is problematic. I have trouble against Seraph the Diligent. The first spell card played each turn gets Consume. But that's not the only thing that Seraph the Diligent does. Seraph the Diligent also adds 2 Vengeful Shards in your deck, which, along with causing your spell cards to be consumed, is quite bad. We're gonna have to do something about that. I think getting lots of draw is good against Seraph the Diligent, and you need to have a fair amount of spells in your deck. We're gonna have to think about that probably over the course of the entire run. Scouring Crest for Fell the Wings of Light. I kind of hate that one too. That's my least favorite of Fell the Wings of Light. And Daedalus the Professor is the interesting one. It's probably not so bad when we've got morsels. The Explosive Sigil. Okay, so we need to deal with Scourge cards and Blight cards being put in my deck. Ick. Alright. Painful. Let's do our champion upgrade first. So the Penumbra could Gorge a lot. We could do Glutton. The other option here is Monstrous. I've not really gone down the Monstrous very much. I think I've done 1 Monstrous and that's it. I don't know if this is the run for Monstrous, though. I think with how many morsels we can create already in our starting deck, we really do want to go Glutton. So let's go what we think is best. Divine Horde first. Not the best set, in my opinion. Trader's Quill is probably my favorite of these, because Consume cards, we will have some of those. And dealing 30 damage when you consume a card is good. It also does work against Seraph the Diligent, for the first spell card we play each turn. It's kind of a minor effect in that battle, but still, it does work in that battle. Cleansing Water has been fine before. See, the buff effects are the green effects. Those are like spikes. It's really not the buff effects that I care about so much. It's the triggered abilities that I care the most about for the enemy units. And I really don't care about Precious Plating. I think Precious Plating is kind of a trap, because getting 40 more Pyre health probably doesn't allow you to defeat the bosses, because it doesn't help at all against the bosses. So let's take Trader's Quill. Do not like that as my first artifact. Let's hope this one's nicer. Extinguish abilities trigger an additional time. That could be really good. Infused Mallet, I think, is pretty weak. So I think we've got to go Wax or Snuffer, because Wax or Snuffer could do very good things. It doesn't do anything for us right now, but it could do very good things, and Infused Mallet is likely to do almost nothing. So Wax or Snuffer it is. Well, that's an okay start. Just gonna call that okay. We got a really good starting deck and not so great artifacts so far. We always turn on the first one. We are going to set up at the top almost certainly with the Gathered Clergy. And remember, we can Drip Fall. I don't know how much we care about the Drip Fall effect in this battle, but we can Drip Fall. We don't have any way to deal direct damage to enemies. So we're going to have to get it so that our Penumbra gets lots of health. Let's not play the Penumbra first, for one. Let's play the Shade Splitter. Get a morsel out there so the morsel has the Ember Drain, and then the Penumbra is going to eat that morsel so the Ember Drain does nothing. That's important to me. Primitive Molds do nothing right now. Drip Fall doesn't really do anything either, but we will Drip Fall you just because. Okay, unfortunately the Collector is in a poor place for us. Ooh, we do have Umbra Assault. I forgot that we had that as a way to deal direct damage. That's nice. Am I going to use it on the Collector? That's the question. I think I am. Let's use this direct damage on the Collector. Ooh, we get a Morsel Miner. That's nice. So Morsel Miner's going up here. We probably want the Umbra Morsel with all of these spikes, and the fact that you've got Lifesteal. You're going to lose your Lifesteal before the boss gets here, though. We should probably look at our other morsels first. I am going to do Engine Upgrade. I don't know if I'm going to do that at the bottom or the top. Let's do it at the bottom. I meant the bottom or the center, by the way. Oh, it has Consume. Right, so it deals damage. Yeah, let's still do it at the bottom. But we defeated an enemy because of the Consume on that. And then, do we play the Shade Splitter or the Train Steward? Almost definitely the Shade Splitter. Almost definitely. The problem with it is we can only fit one more up here and we already have a morsel. The nice thing about Train Steward is it dies, and that actually makes my Primitive Molds do something. Not a whole lot, granted, but it does something. I think I am going to play the Train Steward. So the Train Steward's going to go here. Train Steward's going to die. The Umbra Morsel goes up here, gives you more health. I want you to have more health anyway. So the problem that we have is you're getting to the top. The other two getting to the top is annoying, especially because of the spikes. So we're going to deal damage to our Pyre. But this one getting to the top is really annoying. What do we do about that? I mean, we play all four of our cards, I guess. Shade Splitter first. Morsel Jeweler. Not the one that I wanted. We are going to take a fair amount of damage on our Pyre this round. Currently. If we play the Train Steward at the top, instead of playing the Morsel, our champion doesn't get stronger, but we probably don't need our champion to be any stronger to defeat the boss that's coming. So I think the champion is already strong enough. We really just want to prevent damage on our Pyre. So if we play the Train Steward, if it went in front, it would take 1, 7, 8, 9 damage. So we would take 9 damage, and then it would kill the first one, and then you would kill the second one, that would be very good. Sure, let's do that. Great. So now we're taking significantly less damage. We are taking 8 damage on our fire. Still bad. Still don't like it, but it's less. Less than it was. We can defeat one of these guys by playing 2 Train Stewards. And the Morsel Jeweler we probably want to play rather than keep in our deck. I think. I guess we'll play it. I'm not really sure. So we're taking 8 damage on our pyre, mostly due to the spikes. Alright. We want to take care of the top the most. We can do that with Umbra Assault and Primitive Molds. Let's do the Primitive Molds first, because those are going to get back my 2 Train Stewards. So, 2 Train Stewards. We probably want this one at the top. So we kill one of those. We'll play the Umbra Assault. Get 2 morsels. And then we're going to play Train Stewards at the bottom. We want a Train Steward at the bottom. If we put it behind this morsel, then we kill one before it dies. And if we put this morsel behind that Train Steward, we kill 2. There we go. It's kind of nice. And then would I rather have a Morsel Jeweler on this Train Steward, or would I rather have a Train Steward there? Honestly don't know. Probably a Train Steward. Let's put the Train Steward there. Okay, we ran out of space. We took 8 damage on our pyre, but I believe that's all the damage we're taking. We did get the Weight of Contrition, which is annoying. But it's just annoying, right? We'll play it. The Primitive Mold is not what we want. We want the Shade Splitters at this point. So Shade Splitter, Shade Splitter. Put those 2 morsels up here. Then we don't have more space, so the Primitive Mold is pointless. We will Drip Fall you. Sure, Drip Fall you. Okay, and we should be winning no problem. We are winning no problem, so we play the Weight of Contrition to get rid of it, and end our turn. Alright, first one. We lost 8 health on our pyre due to the trial, and for that we got 75 gold. We also defeated the Collector. So far we're doing quite well. So I do like Perils of Production kind of a lot. Do I want anything else more? I think we want the Perils of Production. Yes, I think we want the Perils of Production. We get enough morsels so that it's actually really nice. This also pushes us towards something where we want to spend more Ember. So I like that. And then Entombed Explosive. Entombed Explosive works really well with the Waxer Snuffer. And it is something that I actually want to get back with my Primitive Molds. So we're taking Entombed Explosive. Now then. We probably want to go towards a unit, because we haven't gotten a unit banner yet, and getting a unit banner is probably really important. We could also use the Merchant of Steel on the Extinguish one that we just got. So, we're going this way. Let's look at the Divine Temple. We see a Twin Stone and a Purge Stone. Don't really like using the Purge Stones, but I might this time. I do kind of like Twin Stones on Dripfall. It would also be kind of interesting on Engine Upgrade. It's kind of interesting on Engine Upgrade. It's also pretty decent on Perils of Production, for that matter. The Twin Stone has a lot of good effects that we could potentially get out of it. The Merchant of Steel has Immortal Stone. That might be good for us. Yeah, that might be very good for us. Alright, remember that we've got Immortal Stone and Wick Stone. Both of those are good things to know for when we're picking whatever this unit is. And we have Morsel Maker. You know, Morsel Maker with our champion is pretty incredible. The Crucible Warden is also quite good. We could get a lot of damage shield there, but I think the Morsel Maker is one of the best Umbra cards that you can add to your deck, I think. And I'm definitely taking it. So let's go Merchant of Steel. I think we're putting the Immortal Stone on the Entombed Explosive, because drawing that every turn and having an Extinguish effect happen twice, it's pretty good. The Wick Stone, we could put the Wick Stone on the Entombed Explosive so that it always dies, even when it's not being dealt damage. Which is interesting, but maybe only interesting. It's hard to imagine what else I would want on the Entombed Explosive, though. Of the possible things that we could put on it, probably Wick Stone is what we want. A Heartstone isn't too bad on it, but probably not if we don't already have a Wick Stone on it. I don't know. Let's put the Wick Stone. The Strength Stone we could put on our other unit, the Morsel Maker. It's not my favorite on the Morsel Maker. The other thing we could do is purge a card. Purging a card is pretty decent. Purging Train Stewards or Primitive Molds is pretty good. The Primitive Molds have gotten a lot worse when we added Immortal Stone to the Entombed Explosive. Yeah, the Primitive Molds are pretty bad right now. I want to remove a card. I'm going to remove Train Steward, I think. It's much more possible that we'll find reasons to have Primitive Molds in our deck than we will find reasons to have Train Stewards. We can still afford the Strength Stone. I'm going to do it on the Morsel Maker. It's not much, but there's not a whole lot that you need to put on your Morsel Maker. And then the Divine Temple. I don't think I want the Purge Stone. We do want the Twin Stone. Twin Stone has far too many applications for me to not want it. Perils of Production is the obvious one that is just very strong. Engine Upgrade isn't bad. And then Dripfall tends to be pretty decent, but I think I'm going to put it on Perils of Production, because it's just very good on Perils of Production. We need to find reasons to have all that Ember, certainly, but I think what we've built so far is a very strong start. We just need to do something with that strong start. Man, I hate the High Priest to the Light when I'm playing with the Umbra. The sweep is real bad. The Mark of Invasion is not so bad. It's not so bad. It's going to deal me damage, though. How much damage can we take? Can't take a ton of damage. I'm going to turn it on. Okay, so we need to take care of the top floor. The top floor we can take care of with an Entombed Explosive, a Morsel Maker, and a Penumbra. How about that? So the Entombed Explosive first, so that you have the Ember Drain. And then we've got the Penumbra, which goes, you know, more in front than the Morsel Maker. Alright, so the top floor is taken care of this turn. We cannot play the Entombed Explosive there any other turn, though, because we won't have space. The Morsel Maker will take up all the space on that floor. What? Wait a minute. It went all the way to the top because this floor filled up? Oh no. That was not what I was expecting, and we just got 10 damage on our pyre because the worst possible one to get there got there. And we're only killing 2 of these, and currently our champion is dying. That's bad, as you might know. Wow, that was bad. So we're taking another 5 damage on the pyre as it currently stands. I think we will still have no trouble winning this one. That might sound surprising, but I don't think we'll have much trouble winning. Not to mention we've got the primitive molds to bring back our champion. We can't put it on the top floor anymore, but we can still bring it back. Yeah, let's put you there. Okay, we lost a lot more health than I expected us to, just looking at the battlefield. So the top floor is okay. We can actually do something pretty interesting because we can primitive mold our champion. It will have Burnout 1, but you know, we want to primitive mold it so that we have it. We're going to play it, and the Burnout 1 is going to have it die, which means when we bring it back again, it will have Burnout 2. One of the things I'm wondering about is, do I play engine upgrade at the top or somewhere else? I'm certainly going to play the Entombed Explosive, so let's play that. And then we're going to play engine upgrade over Shade Splitter, I think. And if we put the engine upgrade at the top, it should be fine. Because we're really... Oh, we also use the Consume to kill that guy. Okay, so Entombed Explosive goes here. That's no question at all. Next. If we Ant Umbra Morsel this one, then you get hit more by the Entombed Explosive, but you also have haste, which is bad. So we'd prefer you to not have haste. Let's defeat this one then. We also don't have a place to put our champion, I just noticed. We have no space for the champion anymore. That was probably a mistake that I made. Whoops. We do want the Magma Morsel up here because we need you to deal a fair amount of damage when the High Priest of the Light gets there. Rubble Morsel and Morsel Excavator. I guess those are both going on the second floor so that this one is stronger. And then we can Primitive Mold once. And we got our champion, which is actually the worst because we don't have a space to put it anymore. I did not think about that, and that made my champion dying even worse. Alright, we are playing the Entombed Explosive every turn. We know we're doing that. We are going to play Drip Ball. That means the Entombed Explosive explodes on its own. We are going to play Heralds of Production on something. Maybe on whatever comes out of the Shade Splitter. Rubble Morsel. I mean, we put the Rubble Morsel here. That's going to make you slightly stronger, but only slightly. If we put the Perils of Production on you, we don't have much Ember next turn. Don't think we care to have too much Ember next turn. So yeah, let's do it. Oh, you're gonna die. Never mind. We're putting this on you because of the Rage. Of course this is a good idea. Completely forgot about the fact that in the Relentless phase, you don't really care about Ember Drain. Okay, and then you easily die at the top. Still, you got so much damage on me. Really from that first turn. The trial I took was a lot worse than I was expecting. Packed Morsels gives us even more morsels. Prismal Dust is a way to use all of the Ember that we're getting. And then I do like Immortal Trade, generally. I don't think Prismal Dust and Immortal Trade work very well together. I think the Prismal Dust is a great thing because we get so much Ember. We could have even another Drip Ball. We could have another Entombed Explosive. I don't mind that with the Waxer Snuffers. And with the Waxer Snuffer and the Primitive Molds. Yeah, I don't mind that. Let's take it. Okay. I want to go left. Part of that is the Pyre Remains, but really part of that is the Merchant of Magic. How much do I dislike the fact that we're not getting this unit banner? I don't know. Because Extinguish effects get doubled, the Remnant banners are kind of better than the Umbra banners, to some extent. But I think we do want to go left. Get the Merchant of Magic. I think so. Let me consider a little bit more. I don't know how many units we actually want. I'm gonna go left. So, get this 20 Pyre health. That's actually helpful. Look at the Merchant of Magic. We see a Freeze Stone, which, I mean, it's pretty good on Prismal Dust. Save it for the turn that you get Perils of Production. The Power Stone is one of the things that I wanted to see for Ant-Umbra Assault. Just makes the Ant-Umbra Assault better. And the Ember Stone probably goes on a Drip Ball, if we have the money to do all that. We do. It looks like we do. Alright, Concealed Caverns. What do you have? What do you have for me? Oh, I want this, don't I? Okay, so this is an interesting decision because both of these are quite interesting. The automatic rail spikes that get upgraded have Consume, if I recall. I don't remember what the Spike Driver Colony gets. Oh man, do we want more spells? I feel like we don't want more units. We don't want the Spike Driver Colonies, I don't think. But do we want all of those spells? I think the answer is yes. And we certainly want to upgrade this Rail Spike. Okay, so we're taking the Rail Spike. One of the questions I have for myself is how many of the Rail Spikes do we want on our deck at the end? I don't know. It would be good if they had Piercing. I think they get Piercing, actually. I think they get Piercing and Consume. I don't remember, but I'm trying to remember. Let's take the Divine Horde next. Friendly units gain Extinguish, apply Armor 5 to the front friendly unit. Mold Braces along with Waxer Snuffer makes my Extinguish units so much better, and we play... One of the Extinguish units has an Immortal Stone in it. Note that the Sinner's Salve is a lot better than it normally is because we know 2 of the bosses give me blights and scourges. So Sinner's Salve is actually a lot more useful than it normally is. Empire Stone Housing is always pretty good. But I think I'm going to lean in to the combo. The Mold Braces Waxer Snuffer combo. Okay. I want the Power Stone. I'm thinking about not taking the Freeze Stone, surprisingly. So, what I'm thinking here is that if we take a Power Stone and we re-roll, and we get another Power Stone or Surge Stone, we could double upgrade this automatic Rail Spikes before we duplicate it. Is that what we want? On the other hand, adding a Power Stone is equivalent to adding an Ember Stone to it, because they both add 10 damage. Okay, so maybe what we do is we do Ember Stone, Power Stone on automatic Rail Spikes, and Freeze Stone on the one that I wanted, the Prismal Dust. Okay, I'm down for that. I do want to fully upgrade the automatic Rail Spikes before we duplicate it. That is a mistake that I've made both other times. The 2 other times that I saw that Caverns event, I didn't upgrade the card before getting permanent duplicates of that card. So we're fixing that this time. Explosive Sigil could be annoying. Alright, we've got the Penumbra Morsel Maker. The main problem with this is that the Entombed Explosive can't help, since we don't have enough space for Penumbra, Morsel Maker, the 2 morsels, and the Entombed Explosive. So, somewhat unfortunate. We also are going to get Ember Drain. Sadly. Let's put the Train Steward on the 2nd floor. Okay, we got both Entombed Explosives, and that's much better than playing anything else. Yes, much better than playing anything else are the Entombed Explosives. So we're going to play both of those. We're going to play this one in front because it doesn't have the burnout. And actually that kills all of them. Interesting. So maybe we play this one at the bottom. There we go. And the Train Steward survived because of Mold Braces, by the way. You're dying? Of all things? Well, oh, because Daedalus the Professor has Spikes 1? That's annoying. Oh well. We do have Perils of Production and Prismal Dust in our hand, which means we almost certainly want to play those. Let's play this Entombed Explosive here, so this Train Steward just continues to do things. And then we play Perils of Production. Since we know this one is hitting Daedalus the Professor, maybe we just rage it up. So you have lots of rage. Deal more damage to Daedalus the Professor. And then we Prismal Dust apply 7 damage shield to our champion. Oh, that also kills the Constructed Explosive, which is nice. Alright. So I think we have no trouble now. We basically won this battle already. Oh right, the automatic Rail Spikes. We want to play that every turn. And unfortunately, we don't draw enough cards to play more than one of them, I think, in this battle. We can hope. We can hope that we draw more than one of them, but we probably don't. I guess we play 2 Umbra assaults. Umbra assault, Umbra assault. And then automatic rail spikes on constructed explosive for whatever reason. And then we just play all of our morsels at the bottom. There we go. Oh, the morsels get the extinguish. How about that? I didn't think about that because they normally get eaten. They don't normally die. But if the morsels die, they apply armor to my units. Oh, the waxer, not the waxer stuffer, the mold braces is so much better than I thought it was. How about that? The entombed explosive is going to go here because we want to deal tons of damage to the boss. We can also play primitive mold, which gets back an Umbra morsel. Of all things. Well, you know what? We got an Umbra morsel, so we're going to use it. We're going to have it get eaten, though. The other thing that we could get back is the other entombed explosive. I like that. I like that more than the other options. So let's get this. It has burnout 1 now, which is nice. And our top floor is amazing, and it might never actually do anything. The boss is probably not going to get there. Hey, the engine upgrade finally came. We do want to play it. I guess we want to play it at the bottom, because if we play it at the bottom, then the consume hits you for 30, which means more of the damage, 50 damage goes on Daedalus. Interesting. And then Drip Fall is pointless when you have Burnout 1, so let's play a Shade Splitter and get a Morsel Jeweler, which we'll put in the center. Make this Train Steward even better. I said that Daedalus the Professor wouldn't make it to the top. I think I might be wrong. Well, the Entombed Explosive is definitely getting played. I guess we play Primitive Molds for another Entombed Explosive. There it is. Put you here. And then Primitive Molds don't do anything anymore, Shade Splitters don't do anything anymore, so that's it. And then we do make it to the top. We hope that we draw one of the 2 cards that get duplicated, the Rail Spikes. We did not. Both Rail Spikes are still in the deck. Okay, well, unfortunate, but we're already winning. Just click end turn. Remnant Pact applies Endless to a friendly unit. Furnace Tap applies Multi-Strike and Ember Drain 4. Can we handle Ember Drain 4? Maybe. So I'm thinking about potentially skipping all of these, but the Furnace Tap would be amazing on our champion. The Remnant Pact... What does the Remnant Pact do for us? It could apply Endless to this Entombed Explosive. Other than that, I don't really know of a unit we would want to apply Endless to. We could apply Endless to our champion. But the idea is that the champion doesn't need Endless. So I don't think we're taking Remnant Pact. Are we taking Furnace Tap? We're definitely not taking Wretch. We don't have enough space for the morsels as it is. I think we do take Furnace Tap, because that Multi-Strike 1 is really strong. Alright. Another Morsel Maker, an Alloyed Construct, Paraffin Enforcer. See, we could take another Morsel Maker and have 2 floors that have Morsel Makers, and that is actually pretty strong. Or we could take a Morsel Maker and potentially sacrifice it to somebody. I don't know to who, though. We could take the Alloyed Construct and plan to sacrifice it to our Morsel Maker. We've done that before, and it has worked pretty well. It's just that the Morsel Maker would have to be in front for that to be worthwhile, and that's not going to happen when we have our champion. A second Morsel Maker is not bad. It also improves the chances that we get a Morsel Maker in our opening hand. It just doesn't work with anything that we have so far. You know, the Waxer Snuffer, the Mold Braces, don't really get affected by the Morsel Maker very much. I want a way to sacrifice my morsels. And we don't have that. I think we are going to take the other Morsel Maker. And I think that we have to take Herzl's Compound here. As much as I want Light of Seraph, I think we have to take Herzl's Compound because of the Scourges and Blights that are going to end up in our deck. We need to be able to draw more cards to get through them. Also, I have a hard time imagining that we're going to delete enough cards from our deck for good things. We could delete a card in the deck right there. Or we could get an Umbra unit and another artifact. I think deleting 2 cards is very strong, especially with the Train Stewards being kind of pointless. What would we duplicate, though? I mean, we could duplicate an automatic Rail Spikes. I don't know if we want that. We could duplicate our Entombed Explosive. Or Perils of Production. Or Prismal Dust. 2 Prismal Dust sounds pretty strong. I don't know. Duplicating the Entombed Explosive would make it so that we basically have another thing that we get every turn that deals 100 damage to the front enemy unit. 100 damage to the front enemy unit is nice, it's just... it's not absolutely amazing. What are we going to duplicate? Do we want to duplicate a Morsel Maker? Just have Morsel Makers all the way down? That would take up so much space. I think we duplicate the Perils of Production. So, we're going left. Therefore, we get our champion upgrade first. The Architect gives 2 extra space on the floor that you put your Penumbra. It's interesting. With the Morsel Makers, do we care? Because they're going to take up the space even if we add 2. I think we'd rather have the extra Gorge. Get the 20 Pyre health. Remove 2 Train Stewards. We need to remove the Primitive Molds too. They're quite bad. They're getting better as we remove Train Stewards, but we still don't care about getting the Primitive Mold back that much. So let's duplicate this Perils of Production. The nice thing about duplicating the Perils of Production is that we always have something that we're happy to play it on. Okay, next battle. You are annoying sometimes, but honestly, I'm not too worried about this one. We could get a random artifact with Heaven's Seal. How bad is Heaven's Seal, though? It's bad, but we do 100 damage to front enemy units. Let's turn it on. I think Heaven Seal can be one of the worst ones, but it can also be not so bad. We do want the Morsel Maker and the Penumbra at the top. I think we're going to play Shade Splitter first, so that we can get the Ember Drain on this morsel. And we do have enough space for all of that. Okay. We didn't draw either of our Entombed Explosives. That's the most unfortunate thing about what's happened so far. We can play the Morsel Maker. And we would play the Morsel Maker on floor 2. It's unfortunate that the Shard-infused ones are the front ones. And I don't know if I want a Morsel Maker on floor 2. I think that's where we want to put our Entombed Explosives most of the time. So I guess we're playing the Morsel Maker at the bottom. So Antumbra Assault first. We're really doing this for 2 morsels. And then we play the Morsel Maker at the bottom. Now we've got no more Ember, but we can get lots of Ember. I guess we want the morsels behind you so that they don't die, because you're not going to die. You're not going to ever die. So put the morsels behind you. The damage from the rage will do nothing. But we are going to have a ton of it. You've got Ember Drain 8. How about that? Nothing has died yet, so now we just have a Shade Splitter. And you're going to get another damage shield, it looks like, because we don't have space at the top. That's right. Okay, so unfortunately, it looks like right now that you are going to make it to the top, and you might even make it to the top, depending on how much damage we can deal next turn. I think that depends partially on automatic rail spikes. Okay. Oh man. We have seen unfortunate things. Okay. So one thing that we can do is give Multi-Strike 1 to our champion, which is something that we can do. It would give Ember Drain 4, which would mean we wouldn't have Ember next turn, which is kind of bad. The other thing we can do is do automatic rail spikes. And an automatic rail spike would do 50 damage right now. If we spend one other Ember, we could still take out this one. Or this one. I don't know which one we would rather take out, honestly. But we could spend one Ember and still use the automatic rail spike to take out something. I guess the one Ember is going to be on Shade Splitter. A Morsel Jeweler. You know, we'll add it to the bottom. Do we want to put it in front because is damage shield better? Yeah, damage shield is better than armor at this stage, so we'll put it in the back. And then automatic rail spike. So if we hit the front one with 40 damage, then you will kill it. And then this one will make it to the top. The Pyre will take hits twice from it. That's better than this one making to the top with the Heaven Seal, so alright, well, there it is. Okay, we're taking a lot of damage in this one. This has not gone well. So we do have another automatic rail spike. The automatic rail spike can take that one out if we play 1 ember worth of stuff. The next the next one is not great for us. So I think what we do is we play engine upgrade. Oh, engine upgrade does 30 damage. So where I want the 30 damage is probably at the bottom, but we get both of our entombed explosives next turn. I want the -1 space at the top, but the 30 damage is good at the bottom. But if we do this, the back one still makes it. Engine upgrade could go at the bottom. And, oh, we wouldn't kill this one. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Engine upgrade goes at the top, where we want it. And then the automatic rail spikes take you out. We now have 4 of them in the deck, by the way. We want to probably add at least 1 more, because there should be good cards after this. So, we're not even killing you. Ooh, that's not good. We can drip fall. Drip fall is probably a good idea. We do want to play both of our entombed explosives. So entombed explosive goes here. Entombed explosive goes here. You should go in the front because you don't have burnout. And then we can drip fall. If we drip fall you, we still only kill 1 of them, right? So we might as well drip fall one of these. Let's think about it. If we drip fall the front one, then we kill 1 light harvester, the other one gets to the top, does another 22 damage to my pyre. That's bad, as it were. That's what we consider bad. If we instead play the drip fall on you, no, that was what we first considered. If we play the drip fall on one of the light harnessers, then the light harnesser goes down, we kill it. The clipped defender ends up going up, because we still can't kill it, which means the pyre takes 4 damage from it, and 22 damage from that. Okay, so we're going to drip fall the defender. And then we are sad about how things are going. I guess we play the Umbra Assault. We could play it on one of our own things, can't we? Interesting. Do we want to play it on one of our own things? Not particularly. If we had enough Ember, we could play the Umbra Assault, kill our Entombed Explosive, and then get it back and play it again, but we don't have that much Ember. So I guess we just play it here. Okay, not good. Taking more damage on our pyre. I'm a little bit worried about the damage on our pyre. I'm more worried about the later bosses than I am the units before the bosses, but still, the pyre could be a huge problem. So we definitely want to play the automatic rail spikes this turn. We want to play the Entombed Explosive in the front. Do we care about anything else? I guess the Primitive Mold is better than another automatic rail spikes. So this Entombed Explosive also goes here. Please, please, there we go. And this one is non-boss, yes, non-boss, that's important. We could actually do the Umbra Assault. Oh, we can't kill those with Umbra Assault because they have too much health. The Umbra Assault kind of has to go, or be upgraded. Okay, well, I now realize that I should have done that spell against the front unit rather than the boss. We'd have dealt 40 more damage to the boss if I had done that. But I'm not worried about the boss. Alright. This is a fun turn. We play an Entombed Explosive. We play Perils of Production on what? Do we play it on a Shade Splitter? On what comes out of a Shade Splitter? Or do we just play it at the top? I don't think we care about the Shade Splitter contents. So we just play this at the top. We get lots and lots of Ember. Lots and lots of Ember mean that we're going to Furnace tap our champion. And we're going to Prismal Dust our champion. And now we basically win, but we play automatic Rail Spikes because we do want more of those in the deck. Alright, you can't get past my shield. I can. Let's do another automatic Rail Spikes. We have a lot of those in the deck now. Don't know if we should stop putting those in the deck, but oh well. Alright. 44 damage taken. That was primarily due to the trial that I did. I think without the trial, I could have avoided 22 of that 44 damage, and I still would have taken the other 22. But 22 damage, because we turned on the trial, we get Flicker's Liquor, which is really, really amazing. Let's take that. That's basically all the Ember that we need. Ho-ho, Shroud Spike. Shroud Spike. That seems amazing. Let's take another X-Cost card. I mean, the Gem Trove is nice and all, but I think we want another X-Cost card. The Memento Mori does a lot of damage because we have two explosive units that we play over and over and over again, and sometimes our morsels die. The Mortal Entrapment is another idea because the Dazed 3 might be important. I've certainly done well with Mortal Entrapment before, adding a whole bunch of Dazed to bosses. I think I want the Memento Mori, though. Okay. If we go to the left, we get to remove 2 more cards. I think removing more cards is really important with this deck. If we see something in the Merchant of Trinkets that we want, I'll be sad that we probably can't afford it. Oh well. We can't afford it. Memorial Fund is not great for us. Volatile Gauge is probably not great for us. Combustible Wax we actually don't want. So it's okay that we weren't able to get anything there. Concealed Caverns. Probably should have looked at the temple first. But here we are. So, what in the world are we going to do here? What in the world are we going to do here? See, we can't affect our champion with this. So a minor refraction or a major refraction. The minor refraction makes a unit take only 1 space. The only unit that we have that takes more than 1 space is our champion. And this Train Steward. Let's ignore the Train Steward. The major refraction makes it so that something takes up an extra 2 space, which would be really annoying for the morsel makers because then they wouldn't fit on the same floor as our champion. It's kind of annoying with the Entombed Explosives too. That's not fun. Well, I guess we actually don't do anything here. This is sad. I'm very surprised that I want to do nothing at this one, but I don't want to do anything, so we leave. First time we've just left that. That's painful, so 2 things didn't do anything for us. That's not good. We remove the last Train Steward. and we remove a primitive mold, because the primitive molds are still pretty bad. The shade splitters are also kind of bad, and the Umbra assaults are kind of bad. Wait a minute, why do we only have... Oh, it only gets added if you slay. I thought we had tons of automatic rail spikes, and we don't. Okay, well, we'll have to try to get more of this battle. I think we want to get rid of a primitive mold. Okay. Now, Divine Temple. Value Stone is good. It makes the Memento Mori free. Purge Stone is also not bad because we want to remove more cards. Engage Pact, don't think we want. Do we really want to get a Purge Stone, though? It would purge a primitive mold or a shade splitter, and that might be worth 10 pack shards at this point. Let's take the value stone, put that on the Memento Mori. The Purge Stone is a little bit hard for me to take. Even though I want to remove cards, it's a little bit hard for me to accept that. The next one... Man, don't like our choices on the next one. The following one, we're going to go to a Merchant of Steel if we want to remove more cards, and we probably do. I'm worried about this deck. I don't think we got the units that we needed, and we're not really getting units anymore. Let's Purge Stone a Shade Splitter. Or a Primitive Mold, a Shade Splitter. Okay. Let's see if we can pull this one out. The Sower of Sorrow. Actually, don't know if we're going to win the Sower of Sorrow battle. The Retribution isn't so bad, though. Of all of the things that the enemies can have, Retribution isn't so bad. Let's get another random artifact. And let's hope that it's good. Hope that it really works for us. Kind of like Flicker's Liquor was pretty good. Ho-ho, Penumbra with both Morsel Makers. When you play a unit, a random card in your hand is reduced to 0. So we could play Umbra Assault, Shade Splitter, Engine Upgrade, and then Penumbra, and play all of the cards. Okay, let's do that. So, Umbra Assault... Ooh, we want to play Engine Upgrade at the top, though. And we don't get to do that if we... We don't get to play all the cards at the top if we do that. So maybe what we do is we start off with Penumbra, and we hope that one of the Morsel Makers gets hit. Don't like that. Let's do Umbra Assault first. Now, do we want to play Shade Splitter so that we get a better chance of hitting Morsel Maker? I think we just play Penumbra at this point. And it hit the Shade Splitter. Worst possible result. This Morsel Maker, when we play it, has a 50% chance to hit the other Morsel Maker, which is what we want. And it hit the Engine Upgrade. Very unfortunate. I was really hoping for something much better. I wanted to play both Morsel Makers at the top, and there was a possibility of that happening, but we had to get lucky with how Flicker's Liquor targeted things, and we did not get lucky. So, now that we did not get lucky, we are going to play a Morsel up here. Unfortunately, we didn't play it first, so we're getting the Ember Drain. Let's play the Morsel Excavator. Actually, do I want the Umbra Morsel more? Probably do. And then we play the engine upgrade. And then we play... Oh, the morsel. Oh, gosh. I'm a fool. I could have played the other morsel maker at the top easily, because the morsels are units that work for Flicker's Liquor. I knew that from previous times that we've done this, but I clearly did not remember. So this morsel maker is going to go at the bottom. It's not really good to put it at the bottom, because it would die. And we really don't want it to die. We could put it in the center. Yes, we put it in the center. And give it both of these morsels. Okay, I have made mistakes. Mistakes have already been made, and they were pretty significant mistakes. The automatic rail spikes will slay something this turn. Entombed Explosive can go only at the bottom? No, it can fit in the center. If it can fit in the center, we probably want to put it in the center. So let's do that. And then at the bottom, we're going to play... Well, we can play Primitive Mold, does nothing. We can play the Umbra Assault and the Rail Spikes, so we shall. Can't really fit morsels anywhere except the bottom. We could put them at the bottom. Let's play the automatic rail spikes. Kill one of these. That gets us another automatic rail spikes. We will kill our morsels. Alright, at least the center gets taken out. That's important. We have Dripfall, which is pretty nice. We've got a Perils of Production along with Prismal Dust. What I really want is for this one to die. And I think we can cause that to happen. And we want you to die too. Don't know if we can cause that to happen. Okay, well what we do is we play a Shade Splitter first. We get a Rubble Morsel. Of all the morsels, that's probably one of the worst ones that we could get. But still, we can kill this one now because we can just put this in the back and give it Perils of Production twice, which will allow it to kill that center one. Or we could Shade Splitter this one, which also does good things. When I said Shade Splitter, I meant Dripfall, actually. We're going to put this one in the back regardless. That makes a Dripfall free. And we probably want to Dripfall you. Probably. Because we've got Entombed Explosives and Automatic Rail Spikes coming up. And the Memento Mori. We've got a lot of ways to deal with things, but we can't currently deal with this one, the Clipped Guardian. So let's Dripfall you. That means that we've killed this one, and then we can Perils of Production to deal some damage to this back one as well, but more importantly get the Prismal Dust. And Prismal Dust we're just going to put at the top. So this is our way to win against the boss. So I think we're winning against the boss, but we do have to survive everything else, which is still a problem. Still a problem. We got Memento Mori and Automatic Rail Spikes. Memento Mori does 70 damage. That's pretty nice. You are dying, no problem. Great. So let's start with Memento Mori. That kills this one. And then I think what we do is play a Primitive Mold next. And we got the Attuned Explosive with Burnout, which was the only choice. Nope, there were morsels. Morsels were choices too. Now we can play this one here and it will kill more things. And then we can also play an automatic Rail Spikes to kill more things. We want to play the Shade Splitter, so we purge it. So we do that. Play the Rubble Morsel. Primitive Mold can give us another morsel, which is probably good, so that it can die again, I guess. Whatever. And then what? And then we Perils of Production one of these morsels. You. And automatic Rail Spike one of those guys, I think. We could automatic Rail Spike this one, actually, because we're doing 90 damage with it. Yeah, 90 damage, we're gonna hit one of these. Great. Okay, I think this one is solved now, but we were having trouble solving this one. We want the Entombed Explosive. Let's start there. Entombed Explosive goes here. That made Shade Splitter free. Which means we can play Shade Splitter, get a morsel, play the morsel at the bottom, and make another thing free, which is Primitive Mold. We get Primitive Mold, play another morsel at the bottom. That makes Furnace Tap free. Which is kind of what we wanted. We wanted Furnace Tap to be free. Next, let's make our champion amazing. So, champion becomes amazing, gets Ember Drain 4. And then we play Shroud Spike to make the champion even more amazing. There we go. Champion's amazing. Now we play automatic Rail Spikes so that we get more automatic Rail Spikes in the deck. We've got 6. Is 6 enough? Do we want 7? The chances of us being able to get 7 is quickly diminishing because there's not much else that we could slay. Oh, actually we can actually get 2 more. Okay, you know what? Let's get 2 more. I don't know if we want this many in the deck, but I'm trusting that we might want this many. And just kind of trusting. Because of our Ember Drain, we get to do basically nothing. We can actually Drip Fall. Ooh, we can play Perils of Production. Ooh, okay, never mind, we can do stuff. We can even get another automatic Rail Spikes if we destroy this one. Interesting. We probably want to Drip Fall the boss. Let's do Perils of Production here. Yeah, here. And there again. Now, let's Drip Fall the boss so that the boss doesn't do the sweep with the lifesteal when those 2 morsels are there. The boss is still only getting 12 damage. If we automatic Rail Spikes you, that does make it better. Oh, we can also reform. Let's reform. You know, of the things, that one's only okay. I think we do automatic Rail Spikes this one, as weird as that is. Get even another automatic Rail Spikes in the deck. But the boss I mean, the boss is doing really well right now, but it easily dies to our champion. Our champion does more than 400 damage every round it gets. So yeah. You kill everything else, but then the champion destroys you. Okay. We're good against bosses, but I don't know. We do get jack strips. Jack strips is fine. Do I want void binding? I don't think we do. I don't think we want grovel or gem trove either, so we skip. Do we want another memento mori or a mortal entrapment? I think we might want those. Memento mori was doing a fair amount of damage, and we played it halfway through, and it was dealing a fair amount of damage. Mortal entrapment, the reason we want that one is because the dazed 3 could be really good, especially against bosses, especially multiple times. I think I'm going to get the mortal entrapment so that we have more different things that we could do, so we have optional different things rather than just doing more damage, which is what this one does. Okay, turn all of my automatic rail spikes better. Let's see what it does. Plus 10 magic power and consume. It does not get piercing, which I kind of thought it got piercing, but well, now we've got automatic rail spikes that do a lot of damage, especially because of Trader's Quill. Okay, we're going to the right this time. We do want to visit the Merchant of Magic. We do want another random artifact. Let's get the Pyre Health first. Look at the Divine Temple. We see another Twin Stone. We like those. We see a Keep Stone. Ooh, we might like that. We might like that one. And spells get an extra upgrade slot. Interesting. I'll take that over Firewall. We could get a Twin Stone. The Twin Stone could go on the other Perils of Production. Oh no, we duplicated the Perils of Production that had Twin Stone on it. Never mind. So the Twin Stone would really go on like engine upgrade or Dripfall. Those are really the options. I would love it to be on Mortal Entrapment, except that it costs 3. So Keepstone, I was thinking about putting Keepstone on Perils of Production, because we want to play that basically every turn. Especially with all the automatic rail spikes in our deck. Yeah, let's put a Keepstone on a Perils of Production. Perils of Production has Spell Chain and Keepstone. That's pretty nice. Lots of Ember. Power Stone. Power Stone could go on Umbra Assault to make it useful. Although, would we rather delete Umbra Assault? Probably, but how many deletions are we going to get? Emberstone could go on Engine Upgrade. Especially if we put a Twin Stone on Engine Upgrade. So we could end up playing that one twice. Could also go on Memento Mori. Let's think about this Twin Stone. Now that I put a Keepstone on the Perils of Production, I don't think we care as much about Engine Upgrade getting the Twin Stone. So maybe we put the Twin Stone on Memento Mori? and put another Emberstone on it. That way we get to play Memento Mori a bunch of times, and it does a lot of damage. Is that better than Dripfall with a Twin Stone? I think it might be. So we play the Twin Stone here, and then we play the Emberstone there. And now Memento Mori cost 1 to play it twice. Power Stone. I don't know how much we care about this Power Stone, because the only things that we can put it on are the Ant-Umbra Assaults. It makes it so that I might actually keep one of the Ant-Umbra Assaults. It's probably worth it. Okay, and I do want to re-roll. We've done everything else. The next one is Fell the Wings of Light. Let's re-roll. Another Permafrost. Could go on Mortal Entrapment. Could go on Furnace Tap. It makes the most sense on those two, or Shroud Spike. I don't know. It kind of goes on a lot of things. The Surge Stone could go on the other Ant-Umbra Assault. Kind of like that. I want the Freeze Stone. If I took the Freeze Stone, I could not take the Ember Stone. If I took the Freeze Stone, I'm really thinking about Mortal Entrapment, Furnace Tap, or Shroud Spike. Those are all pretty nice. But do I need it? I honestly just don't know what I want. I really like Freeze Stone, though. I think the Freeze Stone is really powerful. Could put it on a Dripfall, but if we're going to put it on a Dripfall, might as well put it on Mortal Entrapment. Put it on Mortal Entrapment. Okay, time for the next battle. Fell the Wings of Light. Scouring Crest is bad, but I think we've built a deck that can handle that. The real problem is defeating the enemies as they go up the train. Honestly. The Ultimate Penance is bad, but every time we play a unit, something becomes free. So if we play the Penumbra, our Morsel Maker is free, so we get to play that. And that makes the Ultimate Penance free, so we get to play that. Purged. And then we want to kill you because the Weight of Contrition takes up space, and we want to play the other Morsel Maker up here, right? Because if we've got 3 normal units and 4 morsels, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so at this point, we kind of have already done what we need to do to defeat the boss. The real problem is defeating everything else that's coming up this train. So let's try to make sure that we defeat everything else that's coming up this train. The jack strips got him. I had forgotten about jack strips. Apparently jack strips is pretty good. Okay, so what do I want? The automatic rail spikes do some amount of damage. I want to play the Ant-Umbra Assault. Ant-Umbra Assault takes out one of these. And then we play the morsels. We're playing a bunch of morsels at the bottom because we actually want these morsels to be at the bottom and die. The more the morsels die at the bottom, the more our Memento Mori gets better. So that's what we want with the morsels at the bottom. We don't have anything to reform, so those don't do anything. So more morsels? More morsels. Let's put the ones that don't deal damage in the front. And then automatic rail spikes is going to defeat you. Okay, and at this point our champion is very strong. We do have a Perils of Production, which means that this Ultimate Penance is not going to be a problem. We also have this Umbra Assault, which effectively makes things free in my hand, because we do this, we add 2 morsels. Let's do this one, and then we'll start working on the next floor. Alright, that made a couple things free. Unfortunately, Mortal Entrapment. So what does this say? Until it's played or discarded. Ooh, Mortal Entrapment will be frozen and free. How about that? You are going to die from the jack strips. So I think we play Perils of Production. We want to play that on something that's going to die. I mean, unfortunate, because we're just going to play it up here, I guess. Okay. We've got the Ultimate Penance. Let's play that. Get rid of that. Now I think we play the Prismal Dust. 5 damage shield is probably enough for our champion. And then the automatic rail spikes we play. You are still killing that one. That's good. We could Dripfall the boss. I actually like that. Dripfall the boss. That means the boss is going to take damage. The boss has Spell Shield. We just absorb the next 4 damage spells. So I want to see how this works. If we play Mortal Entrapment when somebody has Spell Shield, does it prevent the dazed 3, or does it only prevent the damage? It only prevents the damage. The boss is now dazed 4. How cool. I've learned a new thing. Spell Shield only prevents damage, does not prevent other effects. So Memento Mori only does 10 damage at this point, because most of our units have just not died. We haven't gotten the ones that die all the time yet. We do have another Perils of Production. I guess we do that up here. At least we're hitting the boss this time. We have another Perils of Production. Let's go. And then we can Memento Mori, because why not? It has Spell Chain, so maybe that's the reason why not. Actually, it can reduce the damage shield from the boss. I like that. 2 damage shield off the boss. Now, this deals 150 damage, plus it consumes, so it does another 30. So that's 200 damage. Great. And then this one, I think I'm going to use this to get rid of another Spell Shield on the boss. Alright, boss no longer has Spell Shield. Oh, I didn't think about the fact that we were going to get the Weight of Contrition because we left this one alive. How unfortunate. We do have another Perils of Production, which means we can play that on one of our morsels. Sure. Twice, of course. We want to get rid of the Ultimate Penance and the Weight of Contrition. And did we play... We have this one with Holdover, right. So we should not feel bad about playing Furnace Tap. So the Entombed Explosive we want to play at the bottom, I think. Either that or the center. It's actually played in the center. Just take out this Alabaster Guardian. And then the Furnace Tap goes in our champion. The Shade Splitter gives us another morsel that can die. There we go. And then Automatic Rail Spikes deals 110 damage. That's cool, because that's this guy's health. Almost. I calculated that wrong. Oh, I added 50 for this instead of 30. Right. Oh, darn it. I forgot about the Weight of Contrition again. Whoops. We get another Weight of Contrition because of my mistakes. Okay, let's try to prevent getting another Weight of Contrition. Firstly, we play Perils of Production. Twice. We can play the Entombed Explosive, we can play the Weight of Contrition. Play the Weight of Contrition. Engine Upgrade. No reason not to play that at the top. Because, you know, what are we going to do with less space or more space at the top? I think we play the Entombed Explosive. And then what? We've got 2 automatic rail spikes. We want to kill this guy with one of them, but not the first one. The first one can deal damage to you. And then the second one kills you, so we don't get the Weight of Contrition this time. Okay. Seems like a pretty clean battle at this point. I'm not worried about Fell the Wings of Light. Not with the champion as large as it is. We can play you at the bottom now, or we could play you in the center. Let's play you at the bottom. That made something free. It made the Shade Splitter free. Fine. Shade Splitter can go down here too. Or, I meant the Rebel Morsel. And then we play Perils of Production. Perils of Production up here. Play the Ultimate Penance. The Entombed Explosive goes in the center now. And Primitive Mold gets me back a morsel. Which will die due to burnout, which will increase Memento Mori. My champion still has 2 damage shield. And we are at the Relentless phase. Alright. We want to play the Entombed Explosive. Entombed Explosive. Do we want to play Dripfall on you? Kind of do. Dripfall on you. And then we play Perils of Production on the back one a couple of times. The Primitive Mold would get back probably a random morsel, which is not what we care about most. We could Dripfall the boss. It would do something. It would mean you get to deal damage more. Or we could just do the Shroud Spike at the top, which is what we're going to do. There we go. Now our champion is so much larger. Champion basically kills bosses. I'm worried about what we have aside from killing bosses, but I'm very happy about our boss killing ability. Alright, Memento Mori is here. How much damage do you do? 130. Alright, 130. 130 again. let's play the Primitive Mold, get back a Morsel Jeweler, why not? And then we play Perils of Production on the back one a couple of times. And a Shade Splitter, which we can actually fit this guy, so we will. Alright, 143 damage to the boss. And then, does our champion defeat it in one set of hits or two sets of hits? I think two sets of hits. Yeah, I can't quite defeat it in one hit. Bam. Alright, what do we get here? Kindle? Kindle is ridiculous. We could get Wax and Spike. The Sacrificial Resurrection is somewhat interesting, because a draft unit might actually be amazing. Perhaps. We could, of course, take the Wax and Spike. The nice thing about Wax and Spike is we could have so much Ember that we just get to do ridiculous things with it. However, we don't really have a good place to do that except for the top floor. And if we're doing it on the top floor, we're still not dealing with all of the creatures that move up. Where I think the Sacrificial Resurrection, we could put the draft on a different floor and have the draft do good things. So here's my plan. It also is a way to consume Vengeful Shards. And then I think we still have to take Herzl's Compound. Okay, we are going to the right because the Unstable Vortex is very good. The Merchant of Steel is fine. I mean, we do have things to upgrade. They're just not the most important things to upgrade. I want to go this way, though, because we want to remove more cards. Let's look here. Merchant of Steel. We see a large stone. We see a Wickstone. Wickstone goes well on the Extinguish unit we have. Don't know that we want the large stone. Divine Temple has a value stone. We do have one good thing to put that on. Do we have anything we want to put a Seek Stone on? I mean, it's pretty decent with engine upgrade. But I don't know how much we care. It's decent with engine upgrade. The problem with the value stone is Flicker's Liquor kind of makes the value stone maybe less purposeful. Although we could put it on an X cost card, like the Shroud Spike. It makes us better at bosses. And being better at bosses is maybe not what we need. Okay, let's do the champion upgrade. Champion upgrade, almost certainly Glutton 3. If we do Monstrous, we can't play two Morsel Makers on the same floor as it. We don't often get to do two Morsel Makers on the same floor anyway. That's kind of a less likely result. But the Gorge is going to be very important. I'm thinking about the Trample, though. If our Penumbra has Trample, does it deal with things that are going up the train? It does eventually, but only when it becomes big enough to do that. Still, maybe the Trample is important. It means that on the first turn, we're going to get Ember Drain no matter what, because we can't fit a Morsel Maker and Penumbra at the top. Okay, I'm choosing Monstrous because of the Trample. And the idea here is that I think he's already strong enough that he can take out bosses. We need him to be strong enough to take out the things that go up the train, and Trample helps with that. What are we removing? We could remove a Shade Splitter, could remove a Primitive Mold. Primitive Mold is getting better now that we added we added the Sacrificial Resurrection. We could remove an Umbra Assault, but we upgraded both of them. I think we remove a Shade Splitter, and then I have a hard time choosing between a Shade Splitter and a Primitive Mold. Let's get rid of a Shade Splitter. Okay. Now what? I think we actually don't take the Value Stone. We do have another Divine Temple next time. We'll get our final Pack Shards in that next temple. Merchant of Steel. We can't do the Large Stone, especially now that we did Monstrous with our champion. Yeah, we can't do the Large Stone. We could do the Wick Stone. I like the Wick Stone on this Entombed Explosive. And then we could do a Heartstone. I just realized a problem with Monstrous. Oh no. In the Last Divinity fight, we're going to have to use the center floor. And we can't fit a Morsel Maker with our champion there. We might have to use Dripfall on our Morsel Maker. Oh no. I just realized the problem there. Let's make a Morsel Maker have more health. But I think I made a big mistake with taking Monstrous. Oh no. Let's see if we can do something about that. Enemy units enter with Spell Shield 2. Get a whole bunch of gold. Spell Shield 2 means that the Antumbra Assaults and the automatic Rail Spikes are pretty bad. I don't think we should turn this one on. Let's not. Okay, so Penumbra and Morsel Maker fit at the top. And that's all we can do at the top. Let's play the Penumbra first, because there's a chance that it makes the Morsel Maker free. It did not, but we tried. So Morsel Maker goes here. We don't really have anything for Perils of Production. Memento Mori doesn't do any damage. Engine Upgrade goes to the top. The automatic Rail Spike does a bunch of damage. Dripfall does basically nothing. I guess we play the automatic Rail Spikes here. Kills both of those. That's nice. And then Dripfall doesn't do anything. None of these cards do anything. Okay. We could put a Morsel Maker in the center. We can play Perils of Production a whole bunch. We can play Umbra Assaults to kill this one. Let's do that first. Umbra Assault kills this one. Now we've got a couple of morsels. A couple of morsels could go in the center so that our Morsel Maker survives a little bit more. I mean, how much do we care? Having trouble seeing why we care. So, if we're not playing the Morsel Maker there, where are we playing the Morsel Maker? I think we're playing the Morsel Maker in the center. And therefore we should put a morsel there too. Made the Morsel Maker free. Alright. Do we put the Morsel Maker in front? Because it doesn't die. And that also means these morsels can do more damage. Okay. So Dripfall actually kills you because of Jack Strips. So let's do that. You're dead. Oh, but it gave you armor. Whoops. Maybe not the best. let's play 1 automatic rail spikes for 2. Steal damage to you. Then let's play 1 automatic rail spikes for 0. And then let's play Perils of Production a couple times. And play this automatic rail spikes for more. And I think we should deal with you, because my champion isn't super strong yet. We have the Shroud Spike, which makes our champion super strong. The Primitive Mold does nothing. The Umbra Assault kills one of these and gives me 2 morsels. Let's start there. These 2 morsels, we could put 1 here. Don't mind that. But you know what? Let's put 1 at the bottom first. The reason for this is the Shade Splitter becomes free. It was a 50-50 chance, but it happened. And now we get to choose if we want one of these over the other. I think we still want the Morsel Jeweler here. Let's put you at the bottom. Let's play a big Shroud Spike. So we're going to do this here, so we deal some damage to that enemy. And then we play a big Shroud Spike on you. And now our champion is really big. Great. We can automatic rail spikes you. That will kill a morsel, which allows me to bring it back with Primitive Mold. Didn't think about that before. Kind of neat. Alright. Alright, my champion is big and strong. He probably takes care of everything that's going up the train now. We want the Entombed Explosive. We definitely want that. We don't care about you. Our champion will easily kill you. So let's try to take out more of these. What do we want to do next, though? We could do Mortal Entrapment. Do we want that for the boss? Like, do we want to hold that in our hand for the boss? No, let's play it this time. So play it here. Oh, we can't play it. Never mind. the unit has to be damaged. We could play it there, don't care about there, so let's not play it instead. Automatic rail spikes kills you. Actually, we want to play the big Prismal Dust first, so we will. Big Prismal Dust applies 8 damage shield. Now the automatic rail spikes. One of them kills you. That kills my front unit. And then one of them doesn't quite kill you. Do we still deal damage to you instead? Oh, it does kill you because of the consume. Great. I'll take that. Okay. This one's solved. The next one is Seraph, though, and Seraph could be a problem. We still have to go through the rest of this battle, though. Let's go through the rest of the battle first. We do want the Furnace Tap on our champion. Let's do that now. We don't want to play Sacrificial Resurrection this turn. So I guess we're not playing it here. We do play Perils of Production. And then we can play a huge automatic rail spike. And do a bunch of damage to you. Doesn't quite kill you, but close. Do we play the Mortal Entrapment to kill you? I think we do. Great. And then Primitive Mold gets me back a Morsel Jeweler, which can go and die. Actually, it doesn't die. It has burnout 2, so it survives a little bit. I wonder if that would have given me a draft. I should have tried playing that with no cards in my hand, because I would have gotten a normal draft, right? And that might have been worth it. Okay, we've got lots of Ember Drain, so the only way to get Ember is Perils of Production. We still want to play this so that we have it next turn. We don't play Dripfall, Do we play Primitive Mold? Yes, because it gets back an Entombed Explosive. Great. We'll play that. Do I care about the Shade Splitter? Yes, because we have a place to put it. Great. And then Primitive Mold doesn't do anything, Automatic Rail Spikes just consumes. We end turn. And I think it's Nephil, the Wingless General. You will get destroyed by my champion. Destroyed. But first, Entombed Explosive. We can play Primitive Mold, I guess. Primitive Mold. There's no cards. Whoops. That was pointless. Alright, I guess what we play is Perils of Production? You've got Burnout 1, but I guess you'll deal your damage to the boss before you burn out. Nope. Nope, because these two... I don't actually know why you're not dealing your damage to the boss before you burn out. Because this one should kill both of them, right? Because they kill it, and then it explodes twice, kills both of them. And then you should be dealing your damage to the boss, but you're not, for some reason. Well, we'll have to find out why. And we'll find out why by watching. Oh, the boss. The boss killed it. We lost the damage shield that was on it due to one of the wings units. Okay, I understand now, but I wanted to understand, and now I do. We want to play Mortal Entrapment on the boss, give Dazed 3. I guess we could have done that next turn for better effect, but not that it matters, right? Not that it matters. We're going to win next turn very easily. And this is one of those times where we could do Sacrificial Resurrection, get rid of the deadweights. It's kind of a small thing because we're not playing the draft, but we did it. Alright, and the boss dies really fast. It actually got 2 hits in, though. Alright. That one went very well. Cannibalize allows me to sacrifice a morsel. I did say that I wanted that before, but I don't know that I do anymore. The Ember Cache. So the Ember Cache is worth it, because it adds a whole bunch of consume cards, which draw cards, and give me Ember. And because it has consume and those have consume, it's really good for Seraph the Diligent, because you are very happy with Seraph consuming those cards. And they're good to play as the first card in the turn. Okay, let's take it. It's really a Seraph the Diligent technology, though, not for the Last Divinity. Engulfed in Smoke applies Stealth 2. Does that help? I don't think so. Wicked Blaze would allow me to get back my draft that we're going to have dead, potentially. I don't think I want it. Let's skip these. Alright. We probably want to go right? Do we want a Merchant of Steel or a Merchant of Magic? Merchant of Magic would help with drip fall and engine upgrade. Could help with furnace tap, technically. Shroud spike. Removing 2 cards removes primitive molds. 2 primitive molds get removed. Or a shade splitter and a primitive mold, maybe. How much do I want a shade splitter in the deck? I don't mind the shade splitters. But I wouldn't mind removing something too. So we could go left to remove those. If we go right, we get to afford one of the Merchant of Trinkets. And we get a duplicate. Ooh, what do we duplicate? What do we duplicate? Because if we have a good duplicate target, we might want to go that way. We could duplicate Shroud Spike. Maybe we go right and we duplicate Shroud Spike and we get to afford one of the Merchant of Trinkets instead of removing 2 cards. Alright, that's what we're doing. Let's look at the Merchant of Trinkets. We see morsel units enter with damage shield 1. Do we want that? I don't know that we do. Improved Firebox isn't bad, but also Flicker's Liquor kind of does the same thing. The Tempered Talisman adding 3 magic power. Helps the Umbra Assaults, the Automatic Rail Spikes, the Memento Mori, technically the Mortal Entrapment, although we're not really doing that one for the damage. It does have a lot of different cards that it affects, but plus 3 magic power is not huge. Didn't really like these choices, and we can't really afford to re-roll and buy one, even with the 75. Let's look at the other things. Merchant of Steel. There's a Shield Stone, a Strength Stone, and a Large Stone. Don't really want the Large Stone. We might just re-roll there. Divine Temple, we have to take one of these. And, you know, Twin Stones are pretty good with the things that we have in our deck. So maybe we start here, and we Twin Stone something. We could Twin Stone Furnace Tap. Add even more multi-strike to our champion. I don't know how we're going to deal with the Last Divinity battle, though. Don't know how we're going to deal with the Last Divinity, since our Morsel Makers die at the top. Maybe we play Mortal Entrapment to daze the Last Divinity? I don't know. Don't know if that's a great plan. So Twin Stone what? We could Twin Stone Dripfall. That actually, you know, that's actually not bad. If we Twin Stone Dripfall, then maybe we do play at the top in the Last Divinity fight, because we can more reliably keep the boss dazed. Let's do it. That means that we need to add an Emberstone to that. Oh, we can't add an Emberstone. Oh well. Oh well, we don't get to do that. What did I say that we wanted to duplicate? I wanted to duplicate Shroud Spike. Get the money. We've already done the Divine Temple. We decided we didn't want the Merchant of Trinkets. We could put Damage Shield 3 on a Morsel Maker. Do we want it on the Entombed Explosive? I think the Strength Stone is kind of pointless. But this might be good, so let's do that. And then let's re-roll. Speed Stone. Kind of pointless. The Heartstone is not pointless. We can add that here. So this one is able to survive a lot, which means it might survive at the top in the Last Divinity fight. That's the plan there. And then we could put a Strength Stone on an Entombed Explosive, or a Speed Stone on the Entombed Explosive, or we could purge 2 cards. Actually, I think we can only purge 1. I think we can only afford to purge 1. And I think we get rid of a Primitive Mold or a Shade Splitter. Get rid of a Shade Splitter. We can't afford to purge the next one. So, Strength Stone... Strength Stone is the only thing we can afford. I guess we're putting a Strength Stone on an Entombed Explosive, because it's better than not putting that on the Entombed Explosive, technically, and that's about it. Alright, final gauntlet on the final Covenant rank. Don't know that this one is going to be the one that we win, but it's possible. Let's see. The Draining Emblem I have to remember. Always remember the Draining Emblem. Right, and the Purifiers are quite bad too. We don't have anything to deal with the Purifiers, do we? Oh, sad. So we're gonna get a Self-Mutilation card. We usually have things to deal with them, but not this turn. So, we start at the top. The Penumbra and the Morsel Maker go at the top. We're going to play the Entombed Explosive next, in hopes that the Morsel Maker becomes free. It did. And now that it did, I'm questioning, did I care about that one being free? I'm not sure. Because we still have 2 Ember. And not a lot we can do with it. We can spend one of them on Dripfall. Memento Mori does nothing. I don't think we want to sacrifice it, though. See, if the first spell that we play is going to be consumed. So I could either consume a Dripfall, which doesn't seem great, or I could consume Memento Mori, which also doesn't seem great. I'm going to consume a Dripfall. Consume a Dripfall to hit Seraph with Dazed. Then we can also Daze Seraph twice more. Okay, and we did actually use all of our Ember there. So, next. We're not going to play either of those. Okay. Unfortunately, we do get something from the Purifier. We have the Vengeful Shard in hand, and we don't have a way to gain Ember. That's not great. We do have Umbra Assault, which is kind of a way to gain Ember, and also a way to get rid of a Purifier, which I think we need. Let's get rid of a Purifier. So, Purifier gone. That gives us 2 Morsels. The Morsels we don't particularly care about, unless they make the Morsel Maker free. If they make the Morsel Maker free, then we do really care about them. Which means we want them in the center. It made the Furnace Tap free. Unfortunately, that's not one that I want to play. It made Primitive Mold free. Primitive Mold gets back the Entombed Explosive. Okay. The Entombed Explosive... We could put that in the center. and still play the Morsel Maker if it becomes free. I mean, at this point we should probably play one of these, which obviously is self-mutilation. And so now we play Entombed Explosive, we've got a 50% chance that Morsel Maker becomes free. It did not. We got the Vengeful Shard. Alright, well, unfortunate. The automatic rail spikes can take out the other purifier though, which is quite nice for us. Let's do that. And we could play the Furnace Tap on our champion, but at this point we haven't drawn the Perils of Production yet with Keepstone, so it could just really mess us up if we played it now. I think therefore we don't play it now, but I really want to because it's quite strong. And we kind of want to play it earlier than later, except for the Ember Drain bit. Maybe we do play it. Alright, we do play it. Therefore, the next turn, unless we get a 0-cost card, we get to do nothing. We kind of got 4 0-cost cards, which is good. Also, what have I consumed? I consumed a Dripfall, an automatic rail spikes, an Antumbra Assault, and a Furnace Tap. All of those are very good to have consumed. So, automatic rail spikes, one of them is hitting you. Another one is hitting you. We could hit you. Do I care? I don't know that we care, because our champion has lifesteal. I guess the champion preserves its lifesteal if it doesn't hit that one, but I don't know, not important. Automatic rail spikes on you, and then you, I guess? Sure. Alright, that turn, surprisingly we did a lot. Still didn't feel like we did much, though. Okay, we did get the Perils of Production this turn, so now we get to play stuff. We have to consume the Perils of Production to do so, unless we play automatic rail spikes first. Therefore, automatic rail spikes first. Great. Now, Perils of Production. Give me some Ember. Primitive Mold has an Entombed Explosive to get back. That's nice. So we will play a Primitive Mold. There's 2 available. I didn't see the other one, but kind of no reason not to play both. Morsel Jeweler and the Entombed Explosive we wanted. Entombed Explosive goes here. The Morsel Jeweler... You haven't taken any damage, so we can't Mortal Entrapment you just yet. Morsel Jeweler has Burnout 1. We kind of want it to die again, I think. Let's have it die here. Keep this guy around. And then Engine Upgrade goes at the top, because we never get to play anything else there. Okay, and Mortal Entrapment is free for whenever we feel like playing it. Our champion is strong. What are we doing this turn? I see several really nice things to play. Whatever we play first gets consumed, which I think is going to be the Shade Splitter. So the Shade Splitter gets consumed. Let's do that here, because I want to basically take this one out. We play the Antumbra Assault, or Antumbra Morsel here. And then what? Well, the Vengeful Shard became free, so we can just get rid of that. And then where do we want all of the X value to go? We want it to go into Shroud Spike. We'll keep Prismal Dust for later. So Perils of Production goes here and there. Actually, we should put it here because we're about to Shroud Spike that one. Or yeah, Shroud Spike that one. Okay, champion big and strong. That's good. The automatic rail spike. We get rid of the purifier, of course. I would like to get some of the spell shield off of Seraph as well. I've been thinking about that when we've been playing those automatic rail spikes, but it's much more important to get rid of the purifiers. Okay, we've got Perils of Production again. Of course, we always get it. What do we consume? We can consume an automatic rail spike or an Umbra assault, which already consumes. Alright. We consume Umbra assault. On what? Kind of nothing bad is happening at the top, so let's do the Umbra assault here. Actually, do we want to do it here? Yes. Or we could do it on the boss. No, because we want the morsels. Okay, now we've got a couple of morsels, which we play in the center, so that you survive. We always want you to survive. My little magma morsel. You're my favorite morsel. The Vengeful Shard gets played. I think we play another Shroud Spike at the top with tons of Ember. Let's do that. So, Perils of Production all over the place. And then we play Shroud Spike on you, which with Trample means that our champion basically takes care of everything that goes up the train. So we've won this fight. It's really just the Last Divinity fight that we still have to win. The automatic rail spike. Let's use one of them on Seraph. Let's use both of them on Seraph. Get rid of 2 of the spell shield. And we made it through our Ember Drain that we put on ourselves really early. So this one already consumes when we play it, so we want to play that one first. I don't mind playing that one here, but maybe we want to play Morsel Maker before then. Guess we play Entombed Explosive at the bottom first. And then what? And then what? I don't know. I don't know what's next. I guess the Ember Cache. Or the Morsel Maker. I guess the Morsel Maker. Fine. Morsel Maker, you get played. And then we play Ember Cache. It gets consumed. And then we can play the rest of the cards. Vengeful Shard we are going to play. We don't get to stop this Purifier. We don't have something in our hand that can. There's 4 things dead. Are they all morsels, though? No, there's an Entombed Explosive. Anyway, Perils of Production is next. Perils of Production, we can actually put that on these now, and deal a little bit more damage to these units. Not that that matters, but, you know, we did. Now we can Primitive Mold. Primitive Mold gets me back a Morsel Jeweler, which we can play here. Is 4 damage shield enough for me, or do I want more? I want more, but how much do I care about getting more? I think I do care. Let's drip fall the boss a couple times. The boss has Daze 2. In theory, we're going to increase that, but I don't know when. We did get the self-mutilation. We did not like that. Here's the relentless phase. And we got the sacrificial resurrection. Alright. What do we want to play before we play that? We want to play Entombed Explosive. Entombed Explosive. Put that at the bottom. We want to play Primitive Mold and the Perils of Production. How much do we care about Primitive Mold, actually? Not that much. Let's just play Perils of Production on you. Perils of Production, Perils of Production. Now we play Prismal Dust. We end up never playing Mortal Entrapment. We had it in our hand the whole time. We're never going to play it. Instead, we play the Prismal Dust for 8 damage shield. And we play Sacrificial Resurrection to get rid of all of these cards. And let's do that here so that we consume and deal a whole bunch of damage. What? When a card with consume is played. Okay, so it's not when you consume cards. And we don't get to play the draft because it cost 1. Whoops. Well, I feel silly. We got the draft, but we weren't able to play it. At least we consumed the blights, but I messed that up. Alright, Entombed Explosive. Heralds of Production a couple times. We lost the Perils of Production. Not that that matters anymore. We don't really have enough cards to care. So purge this, play that. Playing the Primitive Molds doesn't do anything, so we won't play them. Okay. Our champion has a lot of damage shield. The boss does do ×3 attacks, though. But we also deal a ridiculous amount with our champion. Oh, we finally got the Excavated Embers? Jeez, took long enough. Let's not take damage from the Vengeful Shards. The Memento Mori does 150 damage, by the way, but it doesn't matter. We defeat Seraph the Diligent. Alright. One battle remains. Can I do it? I do not know. Let's find out. The Last Divinity. So due to me taking Monstrous, we can't play the Penumbra in the center with the Morsel Maker. This Morsel Maker has damage shield 3, which is nice. So we're going to play it at the top. The sweep... Oh, the sweep gets rid of the morsels. Oh, no. That's so bad. Do we have to play at the bottom? Oh, no. Do we have to play at the bottom? I think we do. The sweep gets rid of the morsels at the top. I did not think of that. We need the Penumbra to eat the morsels. Oh no. This fight is going to be bad. Also, my champion would die on the first turn. Unless we play automatic rail spikes. Still would deal 10 damage to the front unit. What we could do is play automatic rail spikes to kill that one. Play primitive molds to get it out of the hand. and then play Penumbra Morsel Maker. Or we could play my Penumbra in the center, or at the top. But if we played at the top, we can't put any morsels with it. If we played in the center, we could... we could theoretically win with it at some point. Oh no. Taking Monstrous was terrible. And I did not realize how bad that was until we got here. Okay, so we're playing Primitive Mold first. That does nothing. Then we play an automatic Rail Spikes. That kills this one. Now we can play Penumbra Morsel Maker at the bottom. And hope very hard that we're doing something useful. Oh, the Last Divinity! The Last Divinity kills my Penumbra. There was no way to win this one, was there? Oh man. We can automatic Rail Spike here. And then if we Shroud Spike, we can't target a morsel, so we can't consume it, so we can't defeat that one. Well, this is bad. This is real bad. How are we going to do anything in this battle? We don't really have enough... We don't really have enough primitive molds to get pack my champion and deal lots of damage. So my champion had to survive, and it had to survive with morsels, which means I had to play it in the center? I don't even know how we could have done this one, but we've essentially already lost. The best we can do is make the bottom floor as amazing as we possibly can with this type of stuff. Another Morsel Maker. And heavily rely on Memento Mori and other things like that. So we're never going to be able to play anything else at the bottom, which means playing the engine upgrade at the bottom does not hurt at all. We still have a chance. It is a small chance. But I think we still might have a chance. Okay, let's see what we can do. So engine upgrade at the bottom. We could primitive mold to get my champion back. It's better than not getting my champion back. So let's do it. Probably shouldn't have done it here, but, you know, whatever. So does it survive in the center to deal its damage? 18 plus 16, it does not. So we played at the top. Memento Mori does 10 damage, which is enough to kill this one. The automatic Rail Spikes can't go through Spell Shield. So we play Perils of Production a couple of times. Another Memento Mori, which could take the Spell Shield off, or it could deal 10 damage here. The problem is really that all of the things that I want to kill have Spell Shield. Oh well. So this deals a bunch of damage to the back one, kills that one. This can deal damage to the boss to kill this one? Sure. My champion. There was no way for my champion to survive. I couldn't play it at the top, middle, or bottom. In theory, I could have played it in the middle and hoped for Dripfall. But that's all I could hope for. So we did get something really nice here. We got the Sacrificial Resurrection. The only problem is we need to Dripfall that draft, and we need that draft to have lots of burnout, which it probably won't have. So what can we do? I don't know what we can do. I think the automatic rail spikes need to be played. Do we play the Prismal Dust? Because we could play the Prismal Dust on my back Morsel Maker and give it a lot of damage shield with the hope that we make it to the Relentless phase, which is a pretty unlikely hope at this point. I think we don't play the Sacrificial Resurrection just yet. So instead what we do is we play Perils of Production. We do the Prismal Dust thing. So Perils of Production on one of these that deals damage. Then we do the Prismal Dust on you. Apply 9 damage shield. Now we've got the automatic rail spikes. We need to take care of this floor, which is a problem because of the spell shields. So I think what we do is we play a spell shield on this one, or we get rid of its spell shield and then we kill it. And then the other ones are going to have to be taken out by my Pyre, I think. Sacrificial Resurrection, we could use it now to get the draft. If we're depending on this draft at all, then it's probably better than playing this automatic rail spikes on something random. Okay, so now we've got a draft that just dies. That we can't play. Right. Oh man. We do nothing. Like, we do so little damage. Part of that is because my magma morsels have not survived to give this guy more attack. So we have this, so we can feel free to play Furnace Tap. We have this, which can't really do anything about the spell shield ones. These have so much armor. Oh no. So much armor. Can't really deal with them either, can I? Guess one of the few things that we can do is what? Can we kill this one with the Umbra Assault? I think the answer might be no. Let's start with Primitive Mold. We get our Penumbra. Penumbra actually does some damage at the top because it doesn't die immediately. That's something. It's not much though, because it doesn't deal damage to this one, does it? It only does damage to the front one. In which case it's better here, potentially. Except that it doesn't survive there, it just dies. So the best thing we can do with the Penumbra is put it at the top. And it has Burnout too. So spending resources on it seems bad. I don't even know. I'm having a lot of trouble thinking of anything that we can accomplish. So we can kill the front one with the Umbra Assault, but we don't get the Slay. And then I feel like we have to Furnace tap. Oh man, we have to Furnace tap. And we have to Furnace tap not you, because even though you have more attack now, this one actually eats the morsels. So we're going to Furnace tap you. Weird as that is. And now we're dealing 31 damage to this guy. Perils of Production on this one. And again. Now we've got Mortal Entrapment, which we can play. We can play it on this guy, and that's it. We could play it on the Last Divinity, which I guess is the best we can do. Yeah, let's play it on the Last Divinity. Give you some dazed. Alright, I think we die, not this turn, but I think we die next turn. Because those overcharged tanks, I think, destroy our pyre. These guys don't deal enough to destroy it, but the overcharged tanks do. We could drip fall somebody. Oh, we could. Oh, we also got our entombed explosives. Okay, great. Perils of Production is where we need to start. Also, you're dying. That's real bad. We can probably make that not happen. Probably, but I'm not sure. Okay, Perils of Production first. Where are we doing that? Are we doing that at the top? Because you having the rage is good? I guess we're doing it at the top. Because you having rage is fine. And you're burning out, so, you know, whatever. Okay, the next part of this plan is Entombed Explosive. Entombed Explosive gets played up here. And then another Entombed Explosive gets played up there. We can't play another one up there. Okay. Well, unfortunate. I guess it gets played here. And then the next part of this plan is we drip fall you. And let the other ones kill the pyre because they're still going to kill the pyre. I think that's how it goes. And then we play a Shade Splitter, which allows me to play the drip fall again. We could play the drip fall on the other one too. That seems so bad. But it would allow us to survive another turn, right? I think it allows us to survive another turn. So we play the Morsel Excavator first. And we clearly play it... We clearly play it here. Where do we play a Morsel Excavator? Because you're going to harvest. I guess we could not play it. We could just not play it. Okay, we don't play it. We drip fall the other one. And then we play the automatic rail spikes at the bottom to take out one of these. And then now you're surviving. And then we have to deal with those overcharged tanks again next turn. Oh, our pyre is at 3. We survived another turn. Oh, but we can't really do that again. What do we do at the bottom? The bottom is real bad for us. What do we do at the top, which is the thing that kills me this turn? and therefore is even worse for us than the other 4s. Guess we play Primitive Mold first. We got back an Entombed Explosive. I'm actually hoping for our champion. I think there's no way for us to win at the top, but let's see what we can do. So we play that one. We can play a Shade Splitter, and we have a Rubble Morsel. The Rubble Morsel can go in the center, no problem. So we put it in the center. The automatic Rail Spikes can kill this one if we play Umbra Assault first, which means we don't get the morsels. But we have to kill this one. So we kill this one. And then we can play Perils of Production on one of these. One of these that survives. So, where was our Dripfall? Wait a minute. We didn't have the spell chain Dripfall. All right, so we die. But just for seeing how well we can do at the bottom. So this is the point that we actually did something at the bottom, and that's as good as we could get it. And then we die at the top. Oh man, I think I could have won this one if I didn't take Monstrous on my champion. And it was really the fact that the Last Divinity, I had no floor that I could play my champion. If I played it at the bottom, it just dies. If I played in the center, a Morsel Maker doesn't fit with it. If I played at the top, the sweep means that the morsels never get eaten by my champion. That was painful. That was a very painful end. I'm very glad that I got to the Last Divinity on Covenant rank 25 with a deck that was pretty strong, and it's really sad that I screwed up in such a way that the Last Divinity fight was basically impossible. However, Extinguish triggers 300 and Resolve triggers 90. Those are 2 records that I'm kind of surprised to get 2 records on this one. But there we go. And we'll have to try Covenant rank 25 again next time. This one was a pretty good indication that we can win. Since this was a loss, no new Divine Win, nor Mastered cards. However, I've made great progress on this collection screen. On the right, Sower of Sorrow returns, but this time because I won. Sower of Sorrow becomes the 56th enemy I've registered at least 10 kills. The remaining 3 are versions of Seraph. Taste my vengeance, Sower of Sorrow. I'm also happy to announce Darkwings becomes my 22nd enemy to reach the 100 kill threshold, where I stop counting. Goodbye, Darkwings. You have been checked off my list. On the left, not only did 3 cards reach my 10 battle threshold, 3 cards also reached my 100 battle threshold, doubling the number of cards that have seen that many battles. These are the 3 most common morsels: Umbra Morsel, Magma Morsel, and Rubble Morsel. Now, I do count the morsel cards differently. Since I can't add these cards to my deck proper, I count each battle in which one of the cards gets created and added to my hand. Thank you, Tiny Morsels, and Magma Morsel, know that you're my favorite. For artifacts, I had 2 reach my 10 battle threshold, and both had great synergy with my deck. Waxer Snuffer caused my Entombed Explosives to explode twice, which was great since I had 2 of them, and 1 had an Immortal Stone. Mold Braces gives a unit armor whenever another died, which worked well with the extraneous morsels, and the aforementioned Entombed Explosives. These 2 artifacts also synergized with each other, since Waxer Snuffer doubled the effect of Mold Braces. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description, new episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.